This is where they go and they create new users, specify the type of user it is.
Mm-hmm.
If it's an administrator, it goes ahead and checks all that stuff, and it's grayed out. If it's a standard user, then they can go through and choose which, assessments don't even exist anymore, so that'll be gone. But assign background checks, that's one of them. Manage users, manage billing, whatever.
And when they create a user, does it send them an email to?
It doesn't right now, but it needs to. It needs to do the exact same thing that happens when the Getmebacktowork administrator creates the first user. Same exact thing. Shoot them an email so they can click a link, go in there and accept terms and conditions, and create their own password. That's what needs to happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's basically what's going on here. It's going to be very, very basic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Billing. Now, Shannon told me that he wants all billing to be removed from this system. One, because we just don't have time to build it in there, and two, we're gonna probably I can't remember some of the names that he was talking about. But there's billing softwares out there that can handle everything for us.
Yeah.
And even allow users to log in, see information, change credit card information, stuff like that. And I think he wants to use a third-party software to handle all billing stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just used one that works really well. So right. I always think that that's a better option because you don't have to go through the headache of building it out and updating, etc.
And managing credit card information.
Yeah, and that's a fee as well. So
yeah, exactly. So that's what's going on. He also doesn't want any, even though we're gonna be. Well, I guess this is related to background check. But background checks, we're just gonna do monthly billing as well, as opposed to charge them, on the fly, because that would also require the credit card information too.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so that's pretty much it. So essentially, for the admin piece, you'll only have company information and users.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it. I mean, that's the whole list of what needs to be done. Seems like a lot of stuff, but I think once we get in here and start cleaning it up, it's not going to be as bad as we're creating whole new sections or anything. We're just cleaning up stuff, and you've done most of the stuff before. So hopefully it won't be too.
Yeah, I have a good idea of the process that needs to occur. It's just kind of looking at the database and seeing how complicated and convoluted things have been, and then after that, and what we'll do is we'll go in and we'll look at, different issues, and we'll create scenarios for you, so that way we can, collectively choose the best way to accomplish the thing. We won't keep you blind, because you're obviously the person who at the end of the day has to okay it and has to, make sure it's presentable and work. So we'll work in like a process and an agile manner.
Okay, and so speaking of that, this is the way that we've been doing this programming stuff. That's worked really good from a process standpoint. Have you ever used TFS, Team Foundation Server?
We actually are talking about moving to that. So we haven't used it, but we've been looking into it, so we're familiar with that.
Okay, all right, great. And I think it's built into Visual Studio 2010, at least the client piece of it anyway. So basically, the way we've been doing it is all our tax breaks in Gadsden, but all this Getmebacktowork stuff is being hosted at a data center in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and there is no connection except for VPNing into that data center. That's the only way I ever hook into it. The only way anybody ever hooks into it is we VPN into it. And so we use all the code's sitting in TFS. And so basically the best thing for us, the best thing that this worked so far is for everybody, is when you're working, we'll give you VPN access, and you work within TFS on the code. Obviously, you have it downloaded locally.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out, and you make your changes, and you check it back in, and that way I have access to the latest code. Everybody, got all the version control going on there, and everybody has access to the latest versions.
Yeah, that sounds good. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So that's what I'll do is right now I still got to get the other developers off.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that today.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I'll do is I'll grant you VPN rights. I'll grant you user rights on those servers, and I'll get you access to TFS, and we'll get you set up. And if you what version of Visual Studio are you using?
2010.
Okay, perfect. All right, and so that's what we're using. That has I think the TFS stuff built in there.
Mm-hmm.
So you just connect to the Team Foundation server from within there, and it'll sync everything up. So, and then as soon as we do that, then I can kind of walk you through the code, and we can show you the database. And I don't care how y'all use the database. You can either work on a local copy of the database, or you can work on the copy of the database that's sitting at the data center. However you want to do it, it's fine with me. So,
okay, that sounds good.
Usually a local database is usually better because it keeps you from having to be on the VPN the whole time.
Yeah, we'll probably do it locally. If there's any on the fly changes, then we'll do it live. But
right. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. All right, so I think we're good here. I'll just let you know once I have the other group out of it and I have your information set up, and I can get you. I already have a document I think that I've used in the past that I can send you, but I'll give you the instructions for hooking into the TFS.
Okay, that sounds
basically
good.
You need. What's that?
Oh, I said that sounds good.
Yeah. And the first thing is the VPN, and I'll basically get you the Cisco VPN client that you use,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll get you access to the Dropbox account and everything, where we put everything in. Should have everything. So.
All right, that sounds good. And then once you do that, when do you think we'll be able to walk through the database?
We can do it whenever you want. We can try to do it this afternoon if you want. If I can, if it takes you, it depends on how quickly we're able to get you hooked in VPN and everything connected and working right.
Okay.
So we can either do it today, this afternoon. We can do it Monday morning. However you want to do it.
Okay.